What y'all doing here?
Well, yeah. Are you now the minority leader? Was there an election?
Whereas there seems to be a little bit of a gap between the two leaders speaking, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to come share a statement, not related to the CR, by the way, in case that's what you're wondering or hoping. I want to thank Angela for being with me and my wife. And I want to begin by saying I love California. California is our home. Love California, the people of California. Love California's beautiful natural resources. Love the creativity that comes out of California. Love the spirit of innovation. I love California's drive. And this year especially, I've appreciated Californians' resilience. We've been on the front lines of Donald Trump's cruel policies, beginning with his mass deportation agenda. Not the dangerous, violent criminals that he likes to talk about so much, but we know that so many Latino families and immigrant communities have been terrorized by this administration, where a lot of these individuals and families actually deserve respect and dignity and have earned a pathway to legal status. And I'm proud of so many people throughout the state that have stood up, have spoken up, and have rallied in defense of fundamental rights. California has also been disproportionately impacted by Trump's tariffs, his failed tariff war, and his funding cuts. California is, after all, the number one importing state of any state in the nation, and the number 2 exporting state of any state in the nation. California is proud to lead us into the clean energy economy. And California is home to the best public university system in the world, and we will always work hard to keep it that way. And I've tried to do my part in fighting against these attacks, both here in Washington and back home in California. These are not normal times. We deserve better than this. Now, over the past 2 months, I've received an outpouring of encouragement and offers of support for the idea of me running for governor of the state of California. I've heard from colleagues in public service. I've heard from business leaders and labor leaders. I've heard from civic and community leaders from throughout the state of California. I've heard from people who have approached me at the grocery store, at church, at local parks. And I've been truly honored and humbled by their encouragement. And I've taken it to heart, along with a couple of other messages that I've heard consistently throughout the year. The first that I've heard repeatedly since January. Countless Californians have urged me to do everything I could to protect California and the American dream from a vindictive president who seems hell-bent on raising costs for working families, rolling back environmental protections, cutting access to health care, jeopardizing reproductive rights, and more. Undermining voting rights and civil rights. The other big message I've heard consistently started back in June, when I had the audacity to try to ask a question at a now infamous press conference led by the Secretary of Homeland Security. Y'all recall that event. As alarming as that experience was, not just for me and our family, but for most people who have seen the video, countless people have told me, "I'm glad you're fighting for us. I'm glad you're there." And so it is with a full heart and even more commitment than ever, that I am choosing to not run for a governor of California next year. I choose not just to stay in the Senate, I choose to stay in this fight because the Constitution is worth fighting for. Our fundamental rights are worth fighting for. Our core values are worth fighting for. The American dream is worth fighting for. And so with love and support of my wife Angela and our entire family and so many Californians, I will continue to do just that. And I just want to take a moment to not just thank my family and close friends, but my entire staff, all my supporters, and the voters of California who sent me here to do this job. I will continue to thank them and honor their support by continuing to work together for a better future. Thank you.
Was this an effort to clear the field for Vice President Harris in any way? Was that part of this
I'm not going to take
calculus
any
at all?
questions. I'll thank you all for listening.
You came up here and talked to us that you should